아침에 책들도 좀 읽겠습니다. Change we can believe in. Barack Obama's plan to renew America's promise. She did this for a year until her mom got better, and she told everyone at the round table that the reason she joined our campaign was so that she could help the millions of other children in the country who want and need to help their parents too. What is your what? Discover the one amazing thing you are born to do. Things I hated doing in order of distaste. Thank you, notes. Thank you, notes. Thank you, beach season, for helping us identify the people in our community who are completely incapable of shame. The 5 a.m. club on your morning elevated your life. You can pretty much dominate your field because so few are like this now. In the spotlight, overcome your fear of public speaking and performing. For example, I will share with you some of my earlier distorted perception that created by inner terror or mistrust, and my current perception that now create feelings of trust and safety. The art of work, a proven path to discovering what you are meant to do. That was my problem. I was bored. How to smell a rat. The 5 signs of financial fraud. Overnight, fame found Whitney, the acting president of the NYSE. The obstacle is the way. When you are at your wit's end, straining and straining with all your might, when people tell you you look like you might pop a vein, the obstacle is the way. Getting rich your own way. Many of the most successful U.S. businesses were started by people who took out as many credit cards as possible while they were working and possessed a solid credit rating, and then borrowed against and lived off those credit cards for 2 or 3 years until their business became profitable. Lifetime encyclopedia of letters. Type of approach. Humorous, serious, short, long, right to the present, or persistent. The writer believes the reader will respond to the two. Now, discover your strengths. This distinction isn't esoteric. forced to break all the rules, what the world's greatest managers do differently. As we all focus on the strengths strategies, devising a support system is more productive and more fun than trying to fix the weakness. The authentic code. I love a positive outcome, Josh observed with some actual excitement. The female brain. She told me that her husband once screamed at her, "What have you done with my hard wife?" Runway looks team up with the outdoor survival gear for a high fashion adventure. Wisdom of the heart, inspiration for a life that worth the living. Every great spiritual teaching was initiated by a prophet who had a unique insight into truth. Absence of mind. This automation language of Pinker's sound a bit like Descartes. The money makers, how extraordinary managers win in a world turned upside down. 11 misbreakers for managing your business. By tackling it early, you can turn a threat into an opportunity. Money rules, the simple path to lifelong security. There are some that are significantly cheaper and others much more pricey. Grit, the power of passion and perseverance. Consider, for example, the Outward Bound program, which sent adolescents or adults into the wilderness with experienced leaders, usually for a few weeks. Effortless. Make it easier to do what matters most. Prevent. Solve the problem before it happens. How to thrive in the digital age. Did sent to me in turn to blogs and newspapers, to images and debate and comment thread, to forums and petitions and activist site. How to deflect the dream and diffuse any verbal conflict. 5 principles of persuasion. As American essayist Jay observed, cats seem to go on the principle that it doesn't do any harm to ask for what you want. If it works for cats, maybe it can work for you. Courage is the price that life exacts for granting peace. Courage is the price that life exacts for granting peace. Unplug every day. 365 ways to log up and live better. Smile at a stranger. The five love languages of teenagers. I believe that you are highly intelligent, and in my heart, I know you will make wise decisions. It is speaking the love language words of affirmation while encouraging the teenagers' intellectual independence. 9 minutes on Monday. The quick and easy way to go from manager to leader. I never did I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun, laughter in the funeral home, the need to play. Minute 7. What can I do to make my team stickier this week? This week. One word that will change your life. Live your word. Look out. Don't sweat the small stuff in love. Are your partner the question? What's the most difficult part of being in a relationship with me? Instead, the question tended to bring forth the openness, insightful communication, and ultimately a feeling of gratitude. The psychology of selling. Increase your sales faster and easier than you ever thought possible. The more you practice these critical suggestive elements in selling, the more powerful, positive, and competent you become, and the higher your sales will be. Presentation in everyday life. Sometimes language intensity can backfire. Speakers who are too intense, who don't vary their levels of intensity, may lose credibility in the eyes of the audience. Sex and love addicts are anonymous. Our shared fears, doubts, and insecurities all led to a deepening commitment. The four-step program to take charge of your emotions today. See what works best for you. Trusted advisor. There are many reasons people find it difficult to fulfill the trusted advisor role. Focus. The hidden driver of excellence. This generation has a responsibility to reshape the world. The Daily Book of Positive Quotation. Finding a way to be peaceful, to accept our worries and our problems without fretting is a constant challenge for all of us. Limitless. Use one of the tools we talked about here to improve the amount and quality of your sleep. Keep track of this for at least a week. Eat their lunch, winning customers away from your competition because they want to avoid the conflict of dealing with obstacles, opponents, and the process of building consensus. Your prospective client opens themselves up to coping with more conflict and challenges in the future by waiting too long to change. 10 powerful praises for positive people. My very life once depended on needing someone. At the age of 71, I needed a heart transplant to stay alive. The most important thing, uncommon sense for the thoughtful investor. Rather, the manager's skill or technology would enable them to produce consistent returns in the range of 8 to 11%, regardless of which way the market went. From failure to success, everyday habits, and exercise to build mental resilience and turn failures into success. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to deal with the painful problems. You were struggling and you needed some connection with yourself. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. Think of your problems as potential teachers. Speak with power and competence. Grab the attention of any audience with your first few words. The host can be encamped at a desk covered by note cards in a studio festooned by cue cards, reminding him or her of everything from your name to that of the sponsor. But you are left to sit there naked without a desk or so much as a legal pad. Festooned, festooned. Public speaking. The benefit of speaking versus the written word is that you can even evoke sound, smell, texture, and taste through the words and sound effects you use, like the sounding out of the rip of clothing in this example. The best advice I ever got. Lessons from extraordinary lives. You are sitting on a you are sitting on a winning lottery ticket. Invested wisely. When I graduated from college in 1992, I felt as if I had hit the lottery. The future depends on what we do in the present. Miracle Morning. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body, and prayer is to the soul. We become the books that we read. Morning sunshine, how to radiate competence and feed it too. It's a planned community in Georgia for 500 to 800 orphaned, neglected, and abused children. A good night sleep. Treatments for insomnia, sleep apnea, restless legs, and other sleep disorders. If you are concerned about injury or bothered by the sound, modify the baby's sleep environment, such as putting the child's mattress on the floor. Emotional agility. Get unstuck, embrace change, and thrive in work and life. Emotional agility is a revolutionary, science based approach that allows us to navigate life's twists and turns with self acceptance, clear sightedness, and an open mind. Open innovation results, going beyond the hype and getting down to business. Digital technology platforms enable direct linkage to local, regional, national, and even international market. Feelings. What do you do when you are scared?